Hi everybody, Jo here. Thanks for joining me again. It's Tuesday, so I thought we could have a nice little play with, well, a new product to me. So as it's Technique Tuesday, I thought we'd have a look at a fun technique with this stamping foam. Now, I was very lucky and Santa bought me some of this for Christmas. Now, I know some of you out there have probably used this before, but I haven't, so I'm going to have a good old play with it. And what I found is when I was playing, I created a lovely background and then just stamped on top. So I thought we'd have a look at that if that's okay. Now, before we start, I must apologise. My throat has kicked in again. So I've got a glass of water here, so I'm really sorry you've come to visit me and my throat's a bit sore. But I'll do my best to carry on. So stamping foam, absolutely fabulous. You get 4 pieces in a pack, which is great because believe you me, once you start using it, it is reusable, but you will, there are so many reasons why you need 4. So when you unpack it, this is what you have. And it's a perfect size. I found it really useful if I cut my piece of card, she says. So I've got a piece of card here so that I could get myself a border. And I've got to be honest, for me, oh look, we've got an Eric hair on there already. That didn't take long, did it? For me, I found the best thing to do to start off with was have a good stack of card ready, because once you start playing, you're just going to use it again and again. A bit like the gel press, you know, when we create lots of backgrounds. Now, we're going to use this. You can use this with stamps. You can use this with objects around the house. But we're going to start off with a stencil. And the one I've gone for is the feather leaf. As you know, one of my favourite stencils. And what we need to do is have the stencil ready. And we're going to heat the area so that we can then take an imprint on the foam. Now, you can use different heat tools. I've got to be honest, I found the Ranger Heat It tool perfect for this because it's got a larger dimension here for heating. Now, it will be noisy, I'm afraid, but I just want to show you. You need to just heat it up for a couple of minutes. And again, you will practice and get a technique that you think is right. For me, I found if I held my tool quite close and if I went sort of up and down and across, I get a nice even temperature. And once you've sort of heated the foam, and again, you'll have an idea of for how long you need to heat it, you're then going to take it and press it into your object. And obviously, I'm using the stencil. Lift it off and look, you've got that lovely impression. And again, feel that slightly warm, that's all. But that impression there now will stay there until I decide I want to remove it. And we can remove it, which again is perfect. Now, what you can do is any ink that doesn't stain your card won't stain your foam. So for me, the Elements inks are perfect for this, dye-based. And there are various ways of putting ink on your foam. You could use a smoother if you wanted, one of our blending smoothies. You could use a brush if you want to lightly brush it on. But for me, I found the best way was just go direct. So I'm going to take green sleeves and just gently, and again, you'll find the best way for you to do this. And I found just gently over the top. And I'm just sort of almost doing a cross between a pat and a rub. And then I'm going to come in with Bermuda. Just around the edge, I just find this adds a little bit of interest and helps to frame the design. And again, I'm just going all the way around and just catching the edges. So I hope you're keeping well. I hope you've had a lovely festive time. and I'm hoping this video just comes in at the right time, just when you fancy something a bit, you know, to whet your crafty appetite. I have to say, when I unpacked this, I was like, yes, something new to play with. Now, you can take a print straight away, and in fact, I'll show you that. So if I just, I'm going to pop this right in the middle, actually, I think. Oh, I want to leave a little bit at the bottom for my sentiments. Now, you can, if you wish, take one of your blocks, pop it on top, if you find that easier, one of your Lavinia acrylic blocks, and press. So there we have that lovely print look. And it's just a way of getting a different look from your stencil. And as I say, it's such fun to do. Now, we've still got some ink on here. So what we can do is take our spritzer bottle, and off camera, just over Eric, I'm just going to lightly spritz it, and then we can take that look. And again, just going to put my block over the top. Just for me, I find it easier, but again, you'll come up with ways. And again, let's see. Now, this one obviously is going to be more watery because we've added water. But I've got to be honest, I mean, I love that. And in fact, I reckon we can probably get something. Let me see, have I got a spare piece of card? Because I'm thinking we could get a third one out of this. Right, let's spritz it again. I'm going to add 2 spritzes this time. And let's have a look. Now, I won't use the block this time. I'll just use my hands. Now, more watery. But I've got to be honest, I love these. These just, for me, are so interesting. And I can't wait. I'm going to do some backgrounds in my journal next week. I can't wait for that. So, while those just dry, I'll bring them back to show you in a minute. Let's clear some space. What to do with this? Now, I finished with this for today. So I'm going to bring in my water spritzer, give it a good spritz. Now, again, like I say, any ink that won't stain your card won't stain your foam. So look at that, inky binky, cleans up beautifully. Now, you might say, right, I finished with this, I want to do something else. Get your heat tool again, pop it on, and the same thing. I'm just going to come up, and I'm sort of going to come up and down. And if you look, you can see, maybe if I zoom in, can you see that the pattern is almost disappearing before your eyes? It's just like magic. See, it's no wonder I got excited when I got this for Christmas, is it? Now look at that. There we go. Pattern's gone. Sorry, excuse me. So again, I can reuse that. And don't forget, you've got all the sides that you can use. So how much fun are you going to have with that? Now let's bring in. So that was the one with just the ink, where we didn't add any water. This was where we spritzed with 1 spritz of water. And then this was almost the clean up. But I've got to be honest, for me, there's still a lot I could do with that for a background. Now, when you do start playing, I have to say, look at this. When I warned you, you would need some card. Yesterday, I was just playing again and again and just varying the amounts of water I added. That's a different stencil look. Think of all your different stencils, all the different colours of ink. And it's perfectly great to stamp on. So, as I say, for this one here, all I've done is stamped our beautiful Logan, our lovely silhouette, and added a little bit of charcoal pencil to him. And how fabulous is that? In fact, let's show you that. It's no good just telling you, is it? You haven't come along for me just to tell you. So come on, let's find him. Come on, Logan. So, VersaFine Claire, I'm using the black, the Nocturne. I have to be honest, I think it would look lovely in brown, the pine cone, but I'm going for black today. Plenty of ink. Now, again, let's just place him there and give him a good press. Now, remember, we've got ink on here. So it's like when you're stamping on top of a gel press, you've already got ink on the card. So give him a good press and don't be in a rush to lift your stamp up. Peel that off. And if you've got any areas like there where he hasn't quite, if I bring that up, move this out of the way. Obviously not quite, but that's fine because I'm going to use my white pastel pencil on that. Let's get our lovely pastel pencils and just add a little bit of highlight here, a little bit on his nose, and again here, so I can just make that look like it's just part, and his leg there. Oh, we need his tail doing there, don't we? A little bit on there, just to give him a bit of his jawline. And again, I'm just going to smudge it. And it just gives him that bit of character. And then all I've done on my original is added a sentiment. So you can either stamp a sentiment or add our lovely stickers. And then to finish this off, I've come in with a yellow Posca and just added some lovely little, just all around, just sort of to bring in, because that green's oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I thought I was doing really well there. Just quickly grab a drink. This throat of mine, we've done well for a few months, haven't we? I knew it would kick in again at some point. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. I'll just have another drink. There we go. I wouldn't mind, but it's a good job you're not here because my eyes are watering now. So, like I say, I did some yellow Posca there, and it just brings that whole design together. Now, sorry, I really am sorry. I wouldn't mind. I had some cough medicine before we came together to try and help. Now, just a little quick tip before I go, because I'm sure you don't want to listen to me coughing anymore. And what I want to do is just, when I was, with having 4 of these foam in each packet, you can actually, if you make a design that you want to keep, you can do. So for this one, it suddenly occurred to me that when I'd heated my foam, if I took one of my acetate masks, look, and popped it on my stencil and then pressed down, I would actually get a circle in the middle. And then when I inked it up, this is what I got, look. So for me, I'm thinking I'm going to stamp Pippin in there. So again, so many ideas. I can't wait to use this one. And because I've got 4 pieces, I'm going to keep this one like this, just for now. I mean, don't forget, I can heat that side and put another design on there. Honestly, I am just full of so many ideas, a way to use this. And I'm definitely going to use it in my journal next week. So, thank you very much for joining me. I'm really sorry about coughing. I did try to wait a few days to pop in and have a chat with you, but unfortunately my throat's just not getting any better. It's one of those things. It is what it is, I'm afraid. But do you know what? It doesn't stop me crafting. So I hope you'll have a play. If you haven't got the foam, maybe looking at getting some. Because do you know what? I'm going to be using this again and again. And next time, maybe I'm going to use a stamp. So all those things we can do. Do you know what? I can't wait. I love having new products. It really excites me. And do you know what? If you're feeling under the weather, sometimes just having a play with something like this can really make you feel better. Really just perk you up a bit. Well, it has me, as you can see, because of all my bits of card. And I know it's funny, and this one's very watery, but I love this one. So, thank you for popping in, as always. Thank you for spending time with me. You take care, everybody, and we'll add this to our journal next week. So pop back on Monday. Let's hope my voice is a bit better. I'll try and be on my best behaviour. Well, I say I'll try. I can't guarantee it. Thank you for all your lovely messages as well. You take care, everybody. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.